guys, thank you so much for watching me. I am Dr. Lynda Cramer. Okay, you might say, why is Lynda live midweek? Well, let me go there. We're about to go down a little rabbit hole. I just tried to upload a video about Paris. It got shut down even before it got uploaded. I don't know if you're aware, but it does this checking process where it goes through all the algorithms. Boy, did I say something wrong or did I say something right? That made the algorithm spit my video into the trash can before it was even uploaded. Oh my God. So, will I dare to go there and tell you what I was talking about? Probably not as good as I did in the video because I don't want to get riddled again with algorithms. So let's just tone this one down. I'm going to do it live. So here we go. Are you aware of what happened with the Olympic Games in Paris, France, and how there was a lot of talk about the opening ceremony? Now, some people believe that certain parts of that ceremony depicted religious acts. I've got to tone this down because I just said it and it's gone. It's in the trash bin of nether of YouTube. So I've got to tone this down, guys, because I was just a bit honest. So what happened in Paris is a lot of people got emotional when they saw certain parts of the opening ceremony about what they thought, alleged, or maybe even were correct in, about being a depiction of the Last Supper, right? So that to me was strike one. Then I did a video a few days ago about a man. Now, this one can't be denied because it went through the courts and he got charged and he got found guilty. He was found guilty of what's called public silent prayer. What the hell? So I am going to do a video either today or tomorrow, and it's called What Are Thought Crimes? Now, this one's going to be very important to watch, guys, because we are leading into dangerous grounds, especially now that Elon Musk is using what he calls telepathy in his Optimus robots of how they communicate to each other. So I feel, in my own personal opinion, which I hope doesn't go against the algorithms and I get trashed again, but I said in my last video that in my own personal opinion, this is a spiritual war. So what happened to that man who got arrested was strike two. Then we've just had what happened to Dr. Joe Dispenza. He set up a meditation conference in Paris and it was shut down. Now, there could be a million reasons why someone cancels an event. Nobody turned up, but there was already thousands booked in. Nobody paid, but there was already thousands of people who paid. It could have been a catering issue. Well, I'm pretty sure that there was catering already supplied. It could have been an electrical outage. Sorry, no power tonight. But I've checked and there's no problems with electricity in Paris. So why was Dr. Joe shut down? Now, I openly talk about what I have healed and how I healed. Gosh, I've got to be careful, guys. So when I talk about self and then I talk about healing and how we can create energy, frequency, vibrations around us, like our aura energy. Dr. Joe is on the same plane with me here. We're on that same vibrational plane. of how to do this. You know, people ask me, what are my injuries? I've had a broken neck, I've had a brain tumor, and I've had throat cancer. I don't have any of those anymore. I've got all my scans, MRIs, X-rays, etc., all here that prove it. I didn't have any operations, no chemos, no pills. So I've got to be careful because I just did a video and it got taken down by YouTube even before it was uploaded. It was doing its checks and it said, we have serious violations of YouTube guidelines, the community standards. Oh my God. So I'm on the radar. So I'm doing this live, guys. But Colin M, hello. Was about to say, what's Lynda doing live today? Oh, no, Colin, because I just got shut down by YouTube. I was just doing a video and I thought, this is great. You know, we're waking up now. People are openly now, like, look at Tucker Carlson. Look at Russell Brand. Look at Mark Wahlberg and Mel Gibson, Jim Carrey, and all these other people now coming out of that restrictive closet of Hollywood where we can now say we believe in God. You know, Mark Wahlberg, he's actually, I play backgammon at night. It's on my phone. Before I go to bed, I like playing backgammon. And there's an ad that comes up and it's Mark Wahlberg and he's outside of a church and he says, hey, have you got a moment to come in and pray with me? Now, I'm pretty sure that's going to be taken down soon because we are under spiritual attack here. It's so nice to see you, Next Level Soul Rising, and also Unicorns and Rainbows. Hello, thank you for joining me today because we are under spiritual attack. Tucker Carlson. Now, if you know who Tucker Carlson is, he's got millions of US followers. He was doing I think it was Fox. Don't get me wrong there, but I think it was Fox. He worked for that broadcasting agency where every night he was doing a show, like a new current affairs show, talking about all the stuff going on. He resigned because they wanted him to go on a certain avenue with what he was talking about. So he went rogue and now he's out saying that what he believes, oh God, I've got to be so careful, what he believes to be his own truth, like I do, like we all want to, and now he's out there getting interviewed by all these people, including Elon Musk, whereby they're out there now trying hard to show that we're in this spiritual war. So Tucker Carlson has just put out this video in the last few days where he says, I do believe we're under spiritual attack because they want to remove God and religion as our trust incentive of creating our future. You know, if we look through history, the reason why we have a religion is it's something to look forward to. We strive. We have potential. We create through that religion. So if I don't want to say the G word, OEVER, you know, the ones governing over us. Oh God, I've got to be so careful. But they are trying really hard to stop us being spiritual, religious. Now, there's a video on YouTube and I've got it here. I wish I could reverse this screen. If I was on Zoom, I would be able to do it. But I'm going to add it here as a comment. This was uploaded in 2005. Here it comes. So if you're watching live now or even in playback, there's the video link. It comes up with me in yellow with the link. That's a 4-minute clip on allegedly where they want to remove our God gene and stop us being religious or spiritual. They call me the radical because I think outside of that box that they want us to all be in. So why do we have things like Paris now? Why have we got things like where they're now coming out and one US state has now said we're going to stop fluoride in the water because it is now proven that fluoride lowers our IQ. Now, I knew this 2016 when I was researching fluoride in my book Heal to Success, which I never published, by the way, because I break it up now and it's all in other books. So when we talk about things that are like chemicals, well, it's all chemicals, isn't it? Yeah. But ways that they are inflicting us with chemicals, whether it be, I don't know, I'm going to allege it all here, whether it's in food additives, chemtrails in the sky, if you believe in it. So I stay right with the algorithms today. If you believe that we're getting chemicals in our vaccines and our other drugs that we get through pharmaceuticals, if it's in the way that we sleep, we're inducing some sort of chemical reaction that's bad for us. Okay, so there's all this stuff that they are trying to vehemently make us think that it's killing us, but they're still doing it. How do they get away with it is the thing here. So I've got a few comments. Thank you so much. Next Level Soul Rising, you are amazing. Thank you so much for being here. Okay. Clayton and Natalie Morris, yes, yeah, okay. I have actually seen their videos. Kimmy, you've greetings from the US. Thank you so much. Greg Brandon talks about this stuff a lot as well. And you know what? Isn't it unfortunate that we now live in a time where we have to be held back with the way that we talk about stuff? Free speech is now out the window. We can't do it anymore. So if you missed the start, I uploaded a video. It was called Paris 3 Strikes. And I talk about the Olympic Games opening of the Paris 2024, that depiction of the Last Supper. I talk about the guy in Paris, so here's strike 2, where he has just been arrested for public silent prayer. And now we've got what's happening with Dr. Joe Dispenza. 3 things, all in Paris. Why Paris? What is going on where we can no longer be spiritual? Now, in my video, I hope this gets allowed, I take my daughter to a zoo. We always get year passes. Since she was 2, we've been going there. So that's our release from reality. We go there and hug all the emus and the kangaroos, not the crocodiles or the cassowary, but there's heaps of animals there. I know they've got a whole animal park, but off that track, we go there. Sorry. And about 10 years ago, they built a prayer room. So it is a public area. It's enclosed. It's a proper room with a door, and you can go in there and pray. But it is very, very obvious who can go in there. I went in there. And, yeah, it didn't go so well for them because no one's going to shut me down when I pray. First of all, because I was a female, and secondly, because of my religion. Well, do I have a religion? So these people in there judged me severely for 2, what we call here in Australia, discrimination attributes. Sex and religion, you can't discriminate against in Australia. It's in the Anti-Discrimination Act. I know the Anti-Discrimination Act quite well. You cannot judge others for, there's about 8 attributes, and sex and religion are on the list. So, wow, isn't this exciting to be alive right now? Going through this weirdness where we can't say anything about what they do at the Olympics. We can't say anything about a guy who got charged for public silent prayer. And now we can't say anything about Dr. Joe Dispenza. Why did his show get cancelled? I don't know. Personally, I wasn't there. But I will tell you that there were people there who are commenting all over TikTok, Reddit, and all these other sites where they say he was shut down because of what he was teaching. It's also what I teach. So I'm now going to be on that blacklist list as well, aren't I? Hello, I'm always looking out for the black vans. Woo, where are you? The black vans are coming for Lynda anytime now. So, okay, Kimmy, greetings from the USA. Next level soul. I never thought we'd have to worry about losing free speech in the USA, but here we are. Kimmy, will it be Trump or Harris? Asking with respect. Kimmy, I try not to be political. I really do stand back and I watch both sides openly without judging or supporting any or either side. So not only do I watch Trump and what he's doing, I've always been watching Biden and Harris as well. Okay? Now, one thing that I am very, very concerned about, what I did see about Harris, she did one of her rallies and a man yelled out, "Jesus is Lord." She replied, "You're at the wrong rally," which to me, in my own personal opinion, that says to me, God's not welcome at my rallies. So I've also seen this with Taylor Swift, where someone was thanking God when they're getting an award and Taylor Swift just lost it and really put that person down for talking about God. So we are in extremely precarious situations here, okay? And I'm going to tell you, just yesterday, I did a beautiful reading for a lovely lady who also lives here in Australia. And I told her how to make holy water. And that's going to be one of my videos this week, because we all can be religious or spiritual. I don't care your preference, as long as we believe in something after death. I died. I've got the perspective of where I went. So that's my truth. You've got to find your truth here too, right? I don't judge, and I will never try to push you one way or the other. But at the end of the day, what is she saying, says Kimmy? She's telling me it's Trump. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She's laughing now. Oh, yeah. She's telling me Trump's back in. And, oh, my God, I don't want to say that. Oh, I really don't want to say that. Okay, I'm not going to. So, yeah, please know that there are some other things there that I know about. But I can't say them publicly, because I'll get annihilated, especially from YouTube community standards, because that just happened to be this morning, right? So what is she saying? She's saying Trump's still in. A lot of other psychics are now saying that he's getting in as well, okay? Hopefully the first thing he does is downsize taxation and also brings down all the cost of food and fuel. That's the first thing that I would be doing if I was a president of the USA, because whatever they do in the USA, it reflects over to New Zealand, Australia, England, Canada, all those countries all reflect what the USA do. We all follow them like sheep, by the way, because that's the truth of it. So, you know, if the US lowered the price of food, hello, here in Australia, we're going to lower the price of food as well. Thank God, because our food, you know, bread 2 years ago was $1 a loaf, and now it's $5 a loaf. In a year, it's gone up 500% for a loaf of bread. So it's horrendous what we're all going through all over the planet. You know, our petrol just dropped today. So work this out. We're now at $1.55, which is about as low as it will get. So that's a litre. There's 4 litres in a gallon, so that's $3.10, $6.20. That's what we pay for a gallon if you're in America, $6.20. However, next weekend, it'll probably go back up to $2.25. So $2.25 and $2.25 is $4.50, $10 a gallon. That's what we pay. $10 a gallon for our fuel here in Australia when it goes back up to $2.25. So it's shocking what is going on globally. It is shocking that I can't see any justification as to why all this is occurring unless we look at it as the profit margins that certain conglomerates are making at this point. How the hell are they allowed to make excessive billions of dollars in profits when people out there like you and me are struggling to even pay our rent or mortgage, let alone buy food? And a lot of people now are living in their cars or tents. I could not live with myself if I was one of those conglomerate billionaires. I really couldn't. Okay. Next level soul rising says Trump's Vedic astrology is impressive. Jody Patry, I think that's the way he spelt it. Very interesting. Kimmy says thank you. Don't say sorry, Kimmy, ever. Don't ever apologize for anything you do, guys. Okay? Because when we apologize, I actually just said that to someone in a comment this morning. When we apologize to someone, we're actually showing that they have expectations. And expectations are not nice. They're negative. When we expect something, that shows that we're using our ego. Expectations are always ego. So take away your ego and we simply don't have expectations. So we don't judge people when they do something. So we don't have to apologize. So if we just allow people to do what they want, A, we don't get expectations, and B, we don't have to apologize because we only do what we can do. And if anybody else has an issue with it, it's their issue, right? Yeah. Okay. That's what I've heard as well. That makes me sad. I love to hear what you know. I hate that we have to edit ourselves. Well, my video just got taken down even before it finished uploading. The checks were doing their thing. The checking. So that's when the algorithms are running through every word. And it went, whoopsie. Your video has been deleted for violations of community. So I actually deleted it before it could finish. So hopefully it doesn't come up with a community strike for me because it actually did not get uploaded. Aren't we living in a beautiful time? Okay, was at his town hall yesterday in my hometown. Okay, cool. Yep, it's good that they're getting out there. I wish that I was out there seeing Harris and Trump. You know, we are seeing history in the making right now because we have two distinct ways that we're going to go, guys. This spiritual war, will it continue? Absolutely yes. Straight from her mouth. Thank you so much for saying yes. Okay. Next level soul rising. I am on Rumble. I am called Psychic Bananas because I show that, you know, when you say I'm going bananas, like we're going insane, but I'll tell you why I stopped doing it. A, it takes forever to upload a video to Rumble for some reason, and B, it was extremely hard to do it. There is, with YouTube, you get more functions. Okay, you can allow comments. You can, you know, to say who comments. You can do put in descriptions and all that sort of things. But on Rumble, I found that it's not as good as YouTube. So yeah, I do have it. It's called Psychic Bananas. And if you go into my playlist on this channel, I've actually got one there, Psychic Bananas, where I've got like 3 videos sitting there where I do talk some honesty. Where it'll have the link over to my Psychic Bananas. So yeah, I stopped doing it. But at the end of the day, it's not what I say, it's what you think. And this is the big thing that I'm trying to get across to you all. It's not what I say, how I say it. It's what you guys create as your reality. Because I am always said this. I am the instigator of you becoming your best. I bring out all the pain you've gone through, which people don't like to face. So I'm the honest one. I'm that devil on your back type, and I will bring out your worst. So then that gives you the opportunity to say, hey, I've always done this. Maybe I need to change what I'm doing in order to become more productive, more positive, and a more loving person in the future. So please go and have a look into my personal development videos. I was actually going through it last night with this woman that I was talking to in Australia. And there's some good ones in there. There are some good ones in there, how to get through stuff. So that's what we've got to start doing, more psychoanalyzing. I do it every day. I meditate every day. And for Dr. Joe to get cancelled because he was going to do a meditation on how to heal, why was he cancelled? This is the thing. This is what we don't need to see it in the news because we know we're not going to see it in the news. We don't need to get the peer-reviewed medical files to prove it, like other things in our lives, vaccine mandates and all this type of stuff. We don't need to see it. We know it. We feel it. Energetically, we know the answer is how it is, yeah? So as long as we trust our own instincts, and I will try this afternoon to do this video. It is called What Are Thought Crimes? Please watch it. I hope it gets allowed, but I'm going to show the robots from Tesla, and I'll show some other evidence in there. So hopefully it gets stuck up on YouTube. But we need this out there because spirituality, learning how to connect, learning how to pray is so important now, okay? So, okay, let me just have a look at you. So glad you took the time to pray when visiting the animals. Yeah, I did. I walked in. Now, Colin M., I'll tell you what happened. At the zoo, they've got a prayer room. I walked in, and I'm not going to say a religion, but I'll tell you what I witnessed. There's a ramp because it's on the side of a hill. Not a big hill, but it's enough for steps, right? So there's a ramp, so it's wheelchair, stroller accessible. So you walk up this ramp, go along a little wooden footpath, and it's the room. So you enter at the other end, and there was all these shoes outside. Okay, so I was respectful and I took off my shoes, and I entered into this space. And I'll tell you what I noticed, what I witnessed. At the end, because it's a rectangular room, at the end of the room, there was just a table. Nothing was on the table, not even flowers. It was just a bare table. There was 3 men in there wearing long black like cloaks, and they were kneeling down on the ground with their hands out. I was respectful, and because I were down towards the back, I walked up towards this table. I knelt down on my knees, and I put my hands up, and I said softly, "Thank you so much, Heavenly Father. Thank you so much for being in my life. Thank you so much. I am so gracious to be filled with your loving energy to allow me to go into this space where I can openly pray." I said something like that. And then I did all my pleases. Please allow me today to have my health. Please allow me today to be there for my daughter, because I was there with my daughter at the zoo. Please allow us to see animals that she wants to see today. Please put us into those perfect opportunities where we see the animals that my daughter wants to see today. I said something like that. I got up, turned around, and these 3 guys, if they had weapons, I would have been pinned to the wall. I didn't invade their space. I didn't say anything contradictory to them. I was very respectful. Why did I get judged so harshly in a prayer room? That's the thing. And you know what? it did not stop me from doing that again. Because like that man in the UK, if you look at the thumbnail for this video, I've got 3 there. I've got Paris, the man who was charged and found guilty of public prayer. And I've also got a picture there of Dr. Joe Dispenza. If you look at that guy in the middle, what's he doing? That photo was taken after he got out of court. And what is he doing? He is standing there praying again. And that is what I will always do. Unless they attach some, oh my God, don't even allow this. I'm not allowing this. Unless they put some chip or some electrode or some vaccine or some other means inside my head to stop my connection to them. But guess what? Even in that instance, I am not going to stop talking to them, because all those things do one thing. They stop our receiving of their information. What these chips, vaccines, and everything else does is it does not stop them transmitting to us. I hope you're listening. My angels will still talk to me regardless. She will still talk to me regardless of anything they do to this body to stop me receiving their transmissions. And boy, is that what is making them scared. That is what's making them lose their control and power. And that is when it gets extremely dangerous, because we don't know what they're capable of doing. I used to work for the police, and I used to listen to the cops because I was not a sworn police officer. I was administration. But I would listen to the cops when they used to talk to me. And this one cop one day, he said to me, Lynda, once you've got a criminal, nothing they do is unexpected. Because once you do something, everything else is already off the table. They can do anything. But once you break that boundary, once you cross that line, that is when anything is possible to occur. So this is why cops say once a criminal, always a criminal. Because once they do a break and enter, they might go off and then do another crime, shop stealing, or steal a car, or break in or hurt somebody. But they've got that mentality then that they've done it once, so maybe they can do something else again. And this is where stereotyping comes in. This is where it's so dangerous, because once you've done something once, the government has then got the authority to assume that you're going to do it again. So when we look at chips in the brain, vaccines, etc., and the consequences of these, what happens as a result of? And once they come out with one bad thing, that means then that anything else bad could happen as well, because it's now stereotyped. And this is where, especially now with what's happened in France, whether it's true or not, I can't say, because my video just got taken down when I said it was true. But yeah, my video just got taken down. That's why I'm doing a live today. So thank you, saying Nanu for being here. But at the end of the day, once Paris did it once, that opened the door to doing it again. So they did the Paris opening ceremony. People were outraged, and they were like, nah, it's not what you're saying. But then they arrested that man, and he got found guilty of public prayer. And look how much they shushed it up. But it got out there. people shared it. And now that we've got Dr. Joe Dispenza, look how much they're hushing that up too, because they don't want to be stereotyped as someone who doesn't agree with religion or spirituality. So the big thing in our favor today, guys, is that we're aware of it. We know what they're doing. And this is when we're getting into really interesting times. So Jen Gillian Villegas, hello, Dr. Lynda. You're such an amazing being. I appreciate you. Please stay sweet. I love you too. The way you are, let your light shine brighter. Do what we need to do this life. May God bless you. Thank you so much for saying that. I really do appreciate it. Next Level Soul, I've started watching them after you answered an email from me yesterday. Thank you so much for saying that. My name is Bella Salvatore, and I greatly appreciate your email response. Bella, please know you are welcome to email me anytime. My daughter is doing one of her final school exams this morning. She's actually finished it now, so hopefully she's at the bus stop waiting to get a bus home. Don't have expectations. Don't expect the outcomes, because that's how we go. Don't do that, right? But this morning I haven't had a chance to look at my emails yet, but I do try to get to my emails every day or two, pending what else I've got to do. My daughter's exams this week and next week are extremely important, because obviously these are the ones, the results for these are her entry score for university. So she has to get the studying up to do well. So obviously I need time to spend with her and make sure that she does study. But please know, I try to be here for everybody. I really love you all. We've got to start being safe. We've got to be starting to be aware of what they're doing. Look at what they're doing right now in Paris. And for Harris, the other day, I've heard some lovely things coming out of her mouth, by the way, as I have with Trump. So I try not to judge either of them, you know. I just hope whoever gets in starts to do something good for the country. But at the end of the day, when that guy yelled out, God is Lord, or Jesus is Lord, and then she turned to him and said, you're at the wrong rally, that got me thinking. It really did. About all this, not just the woke movement, the transgender movement, but, Tucker Carlson just came out with the best response ever regarding God and transgenders, because in his theory, when we lack a God, we need something to strive to be. So that's why all these people are now coming out saying, I'm a cat. I'm this, I'm that. Please accept me. Well, I don't have to accept them. The only person who has to accept them is themselves. But to push that onto me, where they outright say, why aren't you calling me a cat? That shows me then that they do have an issue with their own persona. They are lacking self-worth. They're lacking self-appreciation and gratitude. And most importantly, they're lacking self-love. If they need to totally annihilate who they are, like the father of the Kardashians. He now calls himself dead. And now Jen, or whatever his name is now, he's now come out and said, I am now this woman, and the man I was is dead. So that person, regardless of gender, in my own opinion, they lack self-worth. They're trying to push it on everybody else to make them feel good. Now, I know a guy, his name was John. He became Joanna. He started wearing dresses everywhere. He even wears a tiara and long white gloves sometimes. but he doesn't push it onto other people because he accepts himself and he doesn't need other people to justify who he is. And this is where when you hear them, when you hear people like Tucker Carlson say, oh, it's a mental health problem that they've got, it's that boundary being broken between being self-accepting. Well, I'm self-accepting and I want to now, instead of being called Lynda, I want to be called Lindsay Buckingham, and I'm going to be a man and I'm going to wear my bandana like Axl Rose, okay? But that's me being who I am. But when I push it onto other people, I've broken that personal boundary, and that is when it becomes a mental health condition. So please understand that when Tucker Carlson talks about that, okay? All right. I've started watching them. You went, yep, thank you so much, Bella. Okay. Love Tucker. He's coming out with so much truth now. I love it. Okay. All right. Well, guys, Tucker's great. Yes. Oh, my God, so ridiculously, sadly. Yeah, Kimmy. Well, guys, that's me for today. I'm getting off here. Please come back live on Sunday, 9 a.m. Brisbane time. I'm going to be doing a live then. I'll be doing my tarot, answering psychic questions. If anyone does want a reading from me, please go to below. I've got the description there where you can get a private reading from me. Please stay tuned. What are thought crimes? I'm going to try and get that one done this afternoon. I do have a reading book this afternoon, but I'll try and do a video in there as well. But until then, guys, stay safe, stay aware, and most importantly, stay in love. Send that love emotion out there. Don't get angry or frustrated, concerned, or hateful. I don't like saying that word because algorithms don't like it. But we don't send bad energy to these people because they thrive on it, because they're so negative themselves. It gives them that power and strength to succeed. So we give them what we want them to succeed with. I want Bill Gates to realize what he's done with his vaccines. I want Donald Trump to stand up and account for some of the things he's done in his life. The same with Kamala Harris. Why did she say she worked at McDonald's when she never did? That just puts down everybody, whoever. I worked at McDonald's. Now, I worked at McDonald's from when I was 15 until I was 17. So, for her to say that she did when I did, that hurts me, because now that puts me down, belittles me, denigrates me, where she's making fun of my work experience when I was a 15-year-old trying to struggle and make money for myself. That's what she did to me. That's how I felt. But then I go back into my spiritual person. Love you, Camilla. Sending you light and love. Your words don't hurt me. You can't affect me because you're the one with the issue. If you lied about where you worked, that's your issue, not mine. So that's how we get through it, guys. I'm also going to do a video about how to make your own holy water. Yeah. Okay, so there's another video I want to do this week before Sunday. So please, guys, stay tuned. Please subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Please share my videos if you find one and you think your friends need to see it. Okay, love yous all until the next time I talk, which will be Sunday, 9 a.m. Brisbane time. Love yous all. Talk then. Mwah. Go out and have a great afternoon, good evening, or good night. Nanu, nanu, friends. Love yous all. Bye.